Hi, this is Annie Grace, and I want to share with you the 5 reasons that you should join the over 35,000 people who are already in the alcohol experiment. Now, millions and millions of people every single year take a break from booze for 30 days, and it's a really common thing to do. But one of the things that happens when you take a break without some of the information and education and science that you find inside the alcohol experiment is you create something called the forbidden fruit syndrome. And you know this as if you go on a diet, all of a sudden French fries and chocolate ice cream sound really, really good. Or as soon as you decide that you're going to take a little break from alcohol, the only thing you can think about is that next drink. And that's the forbidden fruit syndrome. And the reason this happens is because we're trying to use willpower to get through the 30 days. And willpower, while it can be great in some circumstances, it runs out. The truth is, as human beings, the only way we do stuff over the long term is because we feel like doing it. So if we don't feel like taking a break, if we don't feel like making a different decision than pouring that drink at the end of the day, guess what we're going to do? Over time, when we get stressed or tired or hungry or just frustrated or fed up, we're going to end up pouring that drink. Or at the end of your 30 days, you will have white knuckled it through, and day 31, you'll be like, okay, great. I've proved to myself I obviously don't have a problem. I can go 30 days without drinking. And now it's back on again. So that's what happens a lot of the time when you're trying to take a break from alcohol. So I want to share with you 5 reasons that the alcohol experiment is totally different, and it will give you a completely different experience through your 30-day break. So reason number 1, this is an experiment. I even am hesitant to call it a challenge because that implies that it's going to be hard. And while certainly there's going to be some aspects that you're going to have to get through, the first 3 or 4 days aren't always that pleasant physically, especially if you've been drinking a lot for a long time. The idea of an experiment is to approach this with curiosity, to approach this just without an all or nothing forever point of view, or even without a, I'm going to do this to prove myself I don't have a problem, but just to approach this with the curious question of, could my life be a bit better if I was drinking less or even nothing? What would it look like? How would I feel? What things could I look forward to? So many people report such incredible results just from a 4-week break from drinking. 93% of people report feeling significantly happier. A huge majority of people report decreased anxiety, better sleep, weight loss, better looking skin, eyes, hair, just looking brighter, even looking younger. There's so many incredible benefits. So this experiment is just you saying, okay, I'm going to be the scientist in my life. I'm going to get curious about this, and I'm going to find out for myself if my life is really better taking a break. And so getting back in the driver's seat. Number 2 is that this alcohol experiment is so unique in a way that it does not rely on willpower, because every single day in your inbox, there will be a tidbit from me, reading and a video, where we really go into what alcohol is, what it does in the body. Are the things and the reasons that we think we're drinking really true? Or have we just gotten in a habit that maybe isn't serving us as much as it could be? Does alcohol really relax us? Does it enhance our sexual lives? Does it enhance pleasure or fun? Does it enhance the things we think it's enhancing? Does it do what we've come to believe subconsciously that it does? Or does it not do those things? Now, this won't be scary information. You won't be, I won't be bombarding you with gloom and doom. This will be really empowering, inquisitive information that actually puts the control firmly back in your court, so that you, at the end of 30 days, instead of leaving saying, okay, phew, I'm glad that's over, you'll have a completely different feeling. You're going to have the feeling of, okay, that's interesting. Well, where do I want alcohol to be in my life? Do I want it to be as important as it was before? Do I want to put it kind of on the back burner for a while? Do I want to kind of minimize it? Where do I want it to be? And that will be because of the mindset shift that's occurred to you and within you every single day of these 30 days. So number 3 is time. This is the truth, is drinking takes time. Not only the time that we're drinking, the time that we're recovering from drinking and spending hungover, the time that we're thinking about drinking, the time that we're deciding what to drink. It is a lot of time that happens. And so often when you take a break, sometimes the forbidden fruit syndrome again, that noise, that thought in your head, it gets louder. And so you spend more time thinking about drinking when you're on a break from alcohol than you did before when you were drinking it just without thinking about it as much. But the alcohol experiment, again, it's so different because it works with the brain, with how the brain works naturally, to change that for you so that the time you gain over the next 30 days is really precious because it's open and it's free, and it's not going to be diluted down or filled with all this endless noise or all this willpower and all these things that normally taking a break can fill you with. So number 4 is health. And health is so important. It's such a huge reason that people take a break. You are doing this experiment to get curious and decide, do you really feel better? Do you have more energy? Does your sleep start to become truly restful again? And we'll go a lot into detail about sleep, and that's such a fascinating conversation. Do you lose weight? Do you look better? Is there a pep in your step? Do you feel emotionally better? Does your temper, which flares up sometimes, not flare up as much? This is for you to find out. This is just for you to dip a toe and find out if these things are true. You're not doing anything else. You're not making a declaration that there's any sort of issue with your drinking. You're not making a declaration that this is a forever thing. You're simply dipping a toe and finding out and experimenting and deciding, are these things true for you? And the 5th reason that is so important to do this is because there's no failure here. No matter what, if you drink every single day for the entire 30 days, guess what? That's a data set. That's points of reference to know, okay, this was harder than I thought. That's interesting. What do I do with that information? All you need to do is to show up and read the emails, watch the videos, and really allow the mindset shift to happen in your mind. Because when that happens, you are able to go into your future with a much more empowered point of view around alcohol. Being truly curious just opens up so many possibilities in your life. And that's the entire point of this experiment. So while you may have tried this before, while you may have given up booze for a period of time in the past, while you may have tried it and not been successful, I am here to tell you that this experiment, this experience is 100% different than anything you've done in the past. It is based on neuroscience. It is based on the most up-to-date research. It works with the brain, and you end up leaving it not feeling deprived, not feeling like you're missing out, but actually just truly feeling for the first time, maybe in many years, that you are back in control, that you have been empowered and educated with the right information to help you make the best and most mindful choice for your life. So I truly hope that you join us, and I'm looking forward to seeing you inside.